Okay, today is July 25th. Kind of give you a little idea of what I've been doing here today. You see it's pretty thick timber. Up here in front of me is a big meadow up there, and it's nice and flat, and all the water tends to want to run down the side of this hill. And it's just causing problems, and it hasn't been any maintenance done on these ditches in, well, probably since the 70s when the ditches were put in. Well, you can see an old rusty metal tin horn right there. It's no telling how long it's been there. But I come through here, and as you can see, I was fighting roots big time, and dug all this out and got it to where some of this can come down. I don't know if you can see, but right there, that's where water comes off the hill, and right up there, that's where water comes off the hill. And I've got this dug really good until I got to those big guys right there. And these roots are just so big that I couldn't do anything with them with that little backhoe. So I dug it just as good as I could. Now the water can come through here and kind of cut it itself. You see, this is where water comes busting down through here, right here. And used to, the water would run and go down that side over there. Well, I'm making it turn, so I'm going to take that channel of water and this channel of water and try to bring them together. I'm going to make just a small cut across there and try to make all that water come into this ditch too. You can see where it runs up there. There's a dead tree laying across. I'm going to take it, it's kind of uphill, but I'm going to take it all the way to there and try to catch the water coming from this direction and this direction. And then I'm going to come over here, and you can see how this is kind of washed a little bit right here. The water seems like it kind of sets, but kind of sort of runs in this direction. This is not from four-wheelers. This is from the water coming through here. See how it comes off the hill up there? And that's kind of downhill. I'm going to dig a ditch about 2 or 3 inches deep, way down there, and kind of try to make this water go in that direction. You can see where the timber company's clear cut all that on that side and all that on that side, and they've left this little, because it's a wetland. I don't want to drain it, but I kind of want the water to go in that direction to get it away from just sitting here. And hopefully that'll help. But my little old backhoe has just really done good today. I ran, I don't know, about 1.5 tanks of gas out of it, and it'll run about 4 or 5 hours at a little over half speed. And see, it has 44.2 hours on it now. I changed the oil in it this morning. It had, I think it was 38 hours, or yeah, 38 hours on it this morning. So 38 hours, I ran 1.5 tanks of gas, and it's got 44 on it now. So that's pretty good. Just sipping that gas. Take you on back up here. Boy, this has got look at this. It's just thick as it can be. It's got clay in it. You can make pots with that stuff. They say just add water. Boy, the deer and the pigs have really been in here the last few days. I only hauled 2 loads of dirt today because I was fighting with all those roots, and I put part of a load there, and part of it there, and part of it there, in 3 little holes that I had. And I came up here, and some yahoo decided to move some of my logs right here. So I thought, well, since they're moved, I brung that backhoe in here and come from down there and went across this. And I'm gonna try to get this. Tomorrow I'm gonna start dumping some dirt in here. Just start at the edge and dump it and dump it and dump it and try to work it to where I can keep on backing in further, and maybe go around to the other side and dump it from the other side. And then I can get it to dry some, and I can put my tin horn in. And I cut up the god-awfulest mess of stumps this morning. I just got my chainsaw out and a can of orange spray paint, and went to cutting these dudes off. This one right here was already cut off, but this one wasn't. And after I cut them off, I've been notching them like that. It seems like it helps them to rot faster. I don't know, maybe it's because it's smaller pieces or something, I don't know. And I had one root ball over there. I dug it up this morning. I've got to get it out of here. I just haven't been over here with the four-wheeler. And I put 2 big loads of dirt in right there. I backed my trailer off in there, and my trailer just sank. And my four-wheeler was sitting right here, the 4 tires, and I had all 4 tires spinning. I couldn't get it out. I was on my way up to get a shovel, or a tow strap, I mean, and a shovel, so I could tie onto a tree over here with my four-wheeler and use my winch to pull me out. And one of my friends showed up. He come down here with his side-by-side, and I hooked a real heavy-duty ratchet strap up to him, and he pulled me out. But this is some of what I cut up this morning. All these with the orange, well, all of them this morning. Those were the tops of stumps. And as you can see, I had an interesting morning cutting all these off. Some of them that's probably the biggest one, I guess, right there. But when you're cutting them off that close to the ground and you're trying to keep from getting into the dirt, it's kind of interesting because you don't want to ruin your bar and your chain, but you're going to get into it a little bit. And there's another one that I notched up real good, like this one right here. That one and this one, there's a little one, and this one, and that one, and these 2 were, I guess, the biggest ones. And then there's some smaller ones here. But that one right there, that root was just, maybe Larry hit it with his backhoe, his real backhoe, and loosened it up or something, but it just wasn't in there very deep. It didn't look like to me. It'd shoot my little backhoe. I just rolled it right out of there. Right here's where I pulled some up myself. I've got to bring, of course, now I'll bring dirt over here to them. Some little Yahoo rolled my logs out of the way right there and drove their four-wheeler through. And so I'm gonna get over here with my backhoe, I guess, and I'm gonna move these big root balls and just stack them up all the way across there so they can't do it anymore. Because see, what they're doing is I'm trying to get this right here dried, and when they drive through it, they kind of muddy it up, and it's not helping me any. And this is some other people's property. I tried to buy it and they didn't want to sell it. But see what the kids have done right here. And my cousin put these rocks right here to keep that from happening anymore. But the kids, I shouldn't say just the kids and see how that's shaped? That's a pig. Pigs have been in here quite a bit. You can see their tracks right there where the pigs have been coming in. But you know, I don't know. If you pulled up and you seen a wall like this, you would know you're not supposed to go through there. That's a hint and a half for your rear that somebody doesn't want you to go through there. So I'm gonna make it a little bit more difficult for them. I'll bring those root balls and those great big ones over there, and I'll just take my backhoe and I'm just gonna roll them over here. Well, thanks for listening to me talk about my lot and what I've done this week, and then listening to me gripe a little bit. Y'all have a good evening.